I'm almost done. If you want to reach out to somebody, we have over 1,100, almost 180 people registered, sign up. We've not been seeing a couple of them. We've not been seeing a couple of them. So, though I know a lot are also online, they are not on the Zoom. So once again, thank you very much. I will be starting now. Let me quickly share my screen, and please, if you are not our co-host, please try to help. If somebody is making maybe don't know and they are on mute, you want to mute them. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Oh, sorry. Can you all see my screen? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm doing
sir.
that right now. I'm doing that right. Okay, can you all see now?
Yes, we can now.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, we can.
Once again, we appreciate everybody for connecting. This is the final day and the third day for our boot camp. We started on Tuesday on the 19th. And it has been so interesting. You hearing from, I talked a little bit before we started. And then, of course, you had Chase. Chase who came, one of my friends, who is into the tech as well. Though, of course, I'm sorry that during his time, he had some technical issues. And then, of course, I had Dr. Jonathan, who really talked to you yesterday and probably is going to come on today. We have been hearing from Prof, one of our guru who worked very closely with me in North America here. Most of the things we are building, modules, we are training and stuff like that. This program, we are hearing Mastering AI Agent and Assistance. It's a practical time. Unfortunately, because of timing, I will not be able to go very in-depth, so I'm going to do some more of it. For the in-depth part, by the way, this is going to be our next boot camp, the focus on our next boot camp, because that is what you really need to know. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of hint on it. Does that make sense? Thank you so much. And when we talk about when we talk about the overview, for instance, I'm not going to also talk, I'm going to focus, quickly go to many areas that, the things for this program, when we talk about mastering agent, you will understand the AI agent. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm just going to pick little part of it and explain to you, and then we try to do more practical. But for the deeper lesson, that will be our next boot camp, and that will be a paid boot camp, but it will be very light, you know. And we will focus on, these are what you are going to learn, step-by-step implementations, hands-on on how to build a tool using AI yourself. Right now, when we talk about agents, just a kind of a quick highlight, agents are software programmed, designed to perform tasks autonomously. That means, or semi-autonomously, just like human being. You know, just like robots or stuff like that. Those are what we call agent, which we use AI algorithm, or what you call a trained models, to be able to control something to work on your behalf. For instance, you are an engineer like me, or a CEO like me, you can have a PA, which is not a human being. And that PA can write a letter for me, or read a letter on my behalf and send me a record. Like this training that we are doing right now, since we started, I have a tool that take a note for me, prepare a summary of each of the sessions, and send to me as an email. Okay, so that is an agent there. You list it, and then take summary like human being, and some moment which is like a very serious moment. You can even note that as well. So we use what we call emotional intelligence and model it into the models to be able to do all those type of things. So this agent interact with users, or if you go to mvit.tech website, you could be chatting, you think you're chatting with a human being, nobody is there, but the team is looking at what we have put there or programmed there to give you information. And so those are agents, or what we call assistants. Most agents, particularly the difference between agent and assistants, is still there. The agent, you may not need to do anything. It works based on how you are programmed to work. And when we talk about agents, there are three types of agents. We have a rule-based agent. That means we say, okay, if you see this, behave like that. Or if this is what the person do like that. Do you understand? So it's role-based agent. Then we have the machine learning-based agent. That means it's totally controlled by the model that have been set or by the principle defined by the model. And some of them also, we have what we call the hybrid agent, okay, where we can have combine both role-based and machine learning to work together. In fact, we also have human hybrid too, when you have to, some of them need to be responded by human. Then there are comparisons between an agent and an assistant. For instance, in terms of function, agent automate tasks and processes, right? So when you need to perform something as a developer or as a solution architect in the industry, I could use agent to help me perform some job, right? I could, even on ChatGPT, you could use some of the module there to build agent for yourself, like we're going to see shortly. And then you have AI assistants, which like assist users with the tasks. In the agent, it automates the task. That means it can work without you being there, right? Or what you normally need to do manually, it can go do it. And then in terms of the independency, agent work autonomously, right? And then, but an assistant could work with interaction with the user. That means like a Siri from your Apple phone or iPhones, or the Alexa from Amazon, or customer support agents like you have, AI like you have on our website. You need to put something, then you respond. Then there are some chat bots, right, that totally automate those processes. Like I said, it cannot be in-depth, but on a quick one, there are popular framework out there that you use to build an agent. The OpenAI GPT. When we say GPT, that means general pre-trained, what do you call it? Pre-trained data, right? Like text-based or a kind of image. These days, you even have some other thing. You also have Entropy. Entropy is another model that have strong reasoning capability, especially around NLP. When we talk about NLP, I'm talking about natural language processing capability that can assist you to model, to do a lot of reasoning. In fact, around coding, we use Entropy a lot because it has strong reasoning computations, right? Then we also have the Gemini, the Google Gemini, which is multimodal. That means it can do video, it can do audio, it can do text. It has various capability to for understanding text, images, and other type of data, right? That other type of data that you have, it can really, really help. Then we also have the Llama. Llama is from Meta, the Facebook. You know, Facebook changed their name to Meta. So Meta, right? They are the one that also have a Llama, which is open source, by the way. You can get it and train it locally, fine tune it, or make it the way you want it to be, like some of us are doing today, to be able to do that. And then you have this SICK from one of the Chinese company. They are all open source model that you can run locally for your own privacy. In other words, you can also build a tool like ChatGPT. You don't need to even go to ChatGPT or other things like that. So those are the things. And then when we talk about the framework, particularly, there are AI development framework that we use and technology to build some of the tools, like the LangChain, the AutoGPT, and the Baby AGI. AGI means Artificial General Intelligence, okay? And then we have the RAG, that is Retrieval Augmented Generations. I'm going to show a tool today too that were done by combinations of these. Then we also have what we call the memory enhanced AI applications. That means we combine different type of modules to build application that can store, that can recall the past, and that can interact. In fact, imagine build a model that can practically tell the story without anybody seeing you, tell you the story if we have the data, when you are born, your behavior till now, that kind of thing. And so those are the things. So now, again, let's quickly look at some live. You've been hearing about ChatGPT, right? You hear of Gemini. Prof talked yesterday about the cloud where you use it to try to build an identifier of a product, okay? And then you have the DeepSeek. I'm going to quickly now share my screen to quickly begin to, so that we can see some of the tools. You have many other tools like Perplexity. There are many, many tools that are being built out there. In fact, in MVIT, we are building one called Jericho AI. Depending on what you want to do, you can build a tool along that line. So let's quickly go online and try to do, of course, you know ChatGPT already, so I wouldn't be talking so much about it. ChatGPT, you can actually sign it on it. When you go to chatgpt.com, you can register. There is a free version, but wouldn't be able to suffice in many reasoning because the model there is light, just for you to feel, look and feel. And there are various models depending on what you are doing. Based on the one you are using, your reasoning can be different. In fact, we have the GPT 4.0 with scheduled tasks, O1, 3 mini high, and then you have the 4.0 mini, and then the 4 for legacy models, right? And there are a different type of this model depending on your subscription. I'm using a pay version. Actually, I'm using the pay version, the kind of an enterprise one, using the pay version actually. So for our company, right? So even my team and the rest, some of them can use it too. And oh, sorry. If you are not talking, please, since you can be this thing. And so you can use ChatGPT, you can do a lot like Dr. Jonathan will tell me. Let's look at one of the reasons. I want to start a business in Benue State, Nigeria. I am interested. I'm interested in farming business. Okay, you need to be very specific, right, in what you are looking for. If not, you will get a general interested in farming business. Could you come up with for instance, this is a kind of prompt. Could you come up with a specific business plan and model for me, please? Yeah, I think you are talking to a human being, and it gives you. I'm going to. So these are some of the tools, right? It's now writing a business plan for me, which some people before now will go and even spend money for in doing. We're not saying you should copy and paste, but it's giving you a concept and a perspective. And it's now saying MVIT Agro AI. Of course, I've been chatting with it as MVIT, so it will definitely use my name, and then try now to write. It's talking to me about the business objective. It's giving you crop farming, different type of farming you can do, livestock, and then telling me the business model. How am I going to make money from this? And doing a lot of things. In fact, it's now doing what we call the financial plan for me as well. The projection is coming, is developing the projection. How can I get the funding options that are available? Saying I can look at federal government grant or loan from CBN, agricultural and credit scheme. So you can see, let's even going further. Okay, I want to use digital technology to do this. since I don't want to be farming myself, could you help me develop a product that others can be using, similar to Uber-like products? Okay, similar to Uber-like products. Okay, so you can see these are also part of the prompting that we talk about. Okay, and then it's thinking in memory. It's trying now to write a product. It's called it AgroLink. He even come up with a name for me, and he said the AgroLink is a digital platform designed to connect landowner, investors, and professional farming. So I have told the system I don't want to be farming, even though I want to benefit into this, but I want to build a product. And it's now telling me it will have feature for investors and farmers. For farmers will be service provider, then for buyers and off-takers. It came up with a revenue model, and the same type of thing is giving me implementation roadmap and why is it. And now, could you develop the MVP using Python Django code completely, please? Completely, right? It will even now I'm a software developer. I'm trying now to bring it to home, and the system is now developing a software for me, right? So, but of course you need to understand basics of Python to be able to now put this together to become a real product, right? So it's now developing a Python product for me. So you can now see how problems are being solved. So what AI does, it can help you to do something very fast. And by the way, you can even run it as well, though it may not run, but you have to test. But you can even on a live this you can test. So I started from business, and now of course there are code. This is where your expertise will come. But by the way, it can also try to fix a bug. So it also helps you to do troubleshooting, right? It can do troubleshooting, and you can see it's troubleshooting by itself as if it's a human being, right? Trying to do stuff for you. So this is it. We have another tool which we talk about. Which one we go? Let's go to Gemini. Okay, Gemini is the same thing. Gemini is from Google. Okay, Gemini is from Google. The same thing, and like I say, it's multimodal. Like it can do a lot of things. So similar thing that you did there, you can also do it with Gemini. Beyond Gemini, we have DeepSeek. DeepSeek, like I mentioned, is from the China company. You have DeepSeek and other things you can use. You have the Cloudy, which Prof talks about yesterday. Which is from Anthropy, and it has more reasoning capability. You can do different type of thing. I have a professional account here, so you can really could you develop a product that solves the Africa problem? This is still general, but let's see what it comes up with. You see, so when I talk of reasoning, and I mean it, these guys did a wonderful work. Their large language model did wonderful work. I give a general perspective. Could you develop a product that solves the African problem? The guy is saying that is the model. I need to better understand what specific challenge or problem you are referring to regarding Africa. So that is one of the reasoning capability that I have a strong reason. Africa is a diverse continent, and let's say I want to focus on in Nigeria, for instance. Okay. Now, even though I want to focus in Nigeria, the guy is saying, because this is like teaching, right? I need to understand which specific challenge, even though I've said in Nigeria. So let's say I want to focus on security. For example, I want to focus on security. Now, I understand you want to focus on security to develop a solution. And then the guy is also now still asking, there are many solutions. Which area do you really, really want to focus solution? Let's say, okay, let's say community alert system. Let's design the community alert system, and now is creating and developing the community alert system, which we call Save Niger. Is it Niger? Niger, okay, Niger. So it's now developing a community system. It's using React. React is one of the framework we use to build web application. Okay, it's using React to build that, and it's developing the application for me to be able to, and calling this is a community alert system. So when something happens, and then he's typing that maybe based on where you are, this type of suspicion, if there's suspicion, Lekki phase 1 is he just put it suspicion vehicle park for over 2 hours and 10 minutes ago, right? So he's trying to construct something, and then he's trying to say there will be emergency contact, police number 1112, community leader, medical emergency, fire service, and he's trying to come up with a software, right? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that there are many tools out there that can do a lot for you, right? And then once it's done, once it's stopped, we'll try to publish it and see what this tool has helped. So you can see, and you can do anything. It mustn't be coding purposes. I'm talking of coding because I code. I mean, I do some of this thing, and this is my work, right? But I mean, you can do it whatever you want. Some of these tools are so wonderful. It's doing everything. In fact, it's creating the front end for us now. It's still generating, taking time to build stuff and creating tables and the content and what we call the forms. It's creating different forms that you can put stuff in right now from what we can see. So it's a companion. These tools are companion for human beings to make work done. As I'm talking, if you have questions, you put on the chat. We will be addressing all of them later run. So the thing is still generating. It's still generating. So let's wait for it to generate while we go to another tool. Let's see. It's still generating. It's going to take some couple of time to generate what we want to build. Let's go to another tool. If you see here, we have another tool called Ask Kunwe, right? This is a model that was trained with Pastor Kunwe, which I think many of you on the line know about him, that is like a Christian companion, right? Or a minister's companion. It can help you to prepare. And it was based on 50 years of teaching of Pastor Kunwe's teaching, and that he trained it on. It's called askkunwe.ai. This is a platform, and you can do a lot of things. Let's try to log in, for instance, and then you can type what you want. What is could you help me write a short salvation message for a friend of mine in Egypt who does not speak English but Arabic. Let's see what this tool will do. So you can train it for your own purpose. And like this tool was trained for the purpose that it was trained for. So you can see he wrote the message, say, dear friend, God loves you and desire a close relationship with you. Jesus Christ died for your sin and offer you forgiveness. And you can see. And he wrote that in Arabic. And he can do this for 108 languages. You can download it in PDF or copy and paste or even share it on WhatsApp. I am a senior pastor in a church in Morocco, for instance. Okay, I have been invited to give a sermon on the power of God. Please, could you come up with the sermon outline for me with detailed Bible references? Let's see what the guy will do, right? So I say I'm a senior pastor in a church in Morocco, and I have been invited to give a sermon on the power of God. Please, could you come up? And then the guy went on to give a sermon, and you can see the principle of God's creation power, and then he gave us, you can fine tune it to the way or the style that you want, and you can see that it even tell you the source of where he got it from and all those type of things. So there are many to all. Finally, before we leave these two, let's say I want to study the Bible. I want to study the book of Revelation in the next 1 month. Please, could you come up with a personal Bible study outline for me? Let's see what it will do, right? So it also goes into the model. This model, I think, is trained with RAG. That is what we call retrieval augmentative generations. It's trained with that. You can see it gives me on what I will do and how to study and those kind of things. So there are many things out there. There are many other tools. Let's go back to entropy. You can see entropy generated. This is the code that he wrote, and this is the Niger something. So it has done an app. This app has police number, for instance. If there's a community number, it will put it. Medical emergency, fire. You can also chat. It has a chat capability, and it said coming soon because maybe you are still building. And it said 10 minutes ago, there is a suspicious vehicle that was parked over 2 hours. See, so you can now see what, and you can publish it, by the way. If you want to publish it, it will copy a link, right? This is like your site. And this is it. So you can see what these two are actually doing, right? These two are actually doing. I know there's a lot of, okay. These two are actually doing. Let's quickly go back to our presentation because I know for the two, there are many tools out there. There are many tools out there that can seriously help you. There is perplexity, many from Meta also have many tools out there that can literally help you as you proceed as well. When we talk of then we have agent, right? I was talking earlier about agent. This is now like a customer support agent. And so first of all, you have to define the use case, right? Maybe answering a customer query or for troubleshooting issue like I was doing. You select a model, which, because there are many models that can do maybe what you want to do. So the right thing to do, because it's very expensive and takes a lot of time to build a model from the scratch. you can use existing models that are out there. Then you can, like now, you can use ChatGPT, Open GPT, OpenAI GPT, which is a model for processing natural language processing, for example, for maybe if you want to build an agent support tool. And you can train the model to also focus on answering specific questions that you want to answer. And beyond that, you can integrate it. Sorry, you want to go on mute, please. Please, if you are not talking, go on mute, please. The co-host, help me. Okay, I will reshare my screen, please. So you can do a lot of things and deploy the agent. You also have so you can define it. You can select the model, train those model and all that. Beyond that, let's go to another one. Another one is maybe an investment agent. You want to invest. You don't even want to talk to any human being. You can build an agent that will always go to search on the internet to find the best way of doing the investment for you. So you can build an investment agent. Agent is like something that will go and do work for you, right? That is what we mean by the agent. So you gather the data that you want to analyze, and then you analyze based on analytics or predictive models, whatever you want to use, and do all those type of things. And it gives you a lot of assessment. And so first of all, you need to gather financial market data that exists either via API. There are a lot of institutes that provide financial data over the years. So you can use the pattern of how the market grows and use model to analyze historical trends and predict the future movement of those things. And then you can implement a risk assessment algorithm for investment recommendations. And so these are steps you need to take, for instance, if you need to build AI agent as well. And by the way, we also build, we have team that build as well. So if you are a business person online, you don't even know how to do, we can build those things. This is to give you an idea. If you can build a recruitment agent as well, that go online without any human intervention, collect job descriptions and candidate resume, right? Or what you call the CV, and then use what we call natural processing language to match candidates for a job role. So depending, using keywords and it will automate candidate screening and ranking. So you are not just, you have 1,000 resume, you are not just using the 1,000 resume. It's based on job description. It's only giving you the qualified candidate that you need to talk to. So it can reduce a lot of workload and from people. And schedule even interview. You can write email, send email to them, your interview, so time. You need to come for interview. And you can help you to integrate to other HR resources. And so those are the things. Like I said, I'm not going to, or lead generations. Maybe you are looking to sell something, you can use it to also get. I'm not going to waste too much time here because I'm going to take a lot of questions. But before my question, I need to now, like I said, this is a course on its own. And we're going to do a full boot camp, just focus on the agent so that you can build something. So I'm not going to really talk about going in depth into, you can use another one, didn't talk is Grok from Elon Musk's team. You see, you can also use it. There are a lot of people that are built model there. Or you can Pastor Life AI mentor. You can build a tool that can become like a pastor companion or your companion. And what you need to know, I left all those use cases because I need to fast track, right? I want to stay on time so that I'm able to take a question. Now, another thing you need to know, deploying an agent in production, you can use different cloud providers. We have the AWS, the Microsoft Azure, the GCP, IBM Cloud, Oracle Cloud, and many of them are there. Choosing the right cloud platform is very key because they are very expensive, right? And then if you like, you can Dockerize. Of course, maybe I'm going deep a little now. You can use a container. A container is a technology where it helps you to package your platform without worrying so much about the independency. That is, you need to install this, you need to install that before you use. No. Then a Docker is also another technology that help you to now bundle something like we normally have CD those days, the cassette tape, right? You put it in and then say, okay, this is what you want. This is the package. Take it and slot in into the container, right? So this is a Docker file, or we call it Docker image actually, where you build a product. You can just like a cassette, like those cassette of those days, you can now put it inside the cassette, and it's like taking the cassette and slot it into the computer. So look at the container as a computer, or container, look at it like the container they used to ship something from abroad to Africa. Look at it that way. And so, and look at the Docker like the car that is inside the container. Okay. So we use such technology to implement those type of things. Then we automate our model to be used as well. And there are many agents. The futures of the agent is going to change the way human beings work, the way you, for instance, if you're a company and require 20 or 100 people before, with the use of agent, you can cut a lot of costs because you may not need a lot of people anymore. And then job that need to take a long time now can be done in a very quick time using, and the future of agent is growing seriously. You see of autonomous AI systems where AI have what we call capability of self-improvement. That means by listening to the way you interact and the way people are using it, it will be learning and be improving. And in fact, it may come to a time that it will even be smarter than human being. And then especially there is what you call the multimodal AI, modal AI time, handling text, images, and videos and audio seamlessly become very easy as well. Beyond that, there are ethical and bias mitigation that for every agent, you must ensure that you ensure what you call fairness and responsible AI usages. That means you must build it not to harm human beings or to go against any type of rule that is guiding a community. And AI, another step, when we look at the future of AI agent and assistants, I look at what I call AI and human collaborations, where human beings will be collaborating with AI to enhance workplace productivity. That means AI is going to boost the way we work. It can make somebody that is not even super intelligent to become super plus intelligent. Okay, and so that is the level we are going to go. In our live demo, we are going to look at for this bootcamp today. We are going to look at MVTI startup competitors agent, intelligent agent. And this is a tool, a cutting-edge tool for competitor analysis, and is powered by a library called Firecrew Angular AI framework. Okay. So what is this tool? What does the tool do? The tool, what does it do? The tool that we're talking about, this particular agent, is a powerful competitor analysis. We are going to look at it together, and I will explain all the tools, right, that we can just put together right now as we speak. So it's a powerful competitor analysis tool. It extracts structured data from competitors' website and then use AI to generate actionable business insight. So this is a tool. So if you are building and you want to go and do research about your competitor, you can, I'm just thinking you can just do that. And the future overview, in other words, this particular example of a competitor agent is analytics agent, is what we call a multi-agent system. That means it works with other agents integrated to be able to work. And one of the one is a Firecrew agent, which crawl a kind of go-round website, competitors' website, extract data that are out there in the public domain, and then come back to analyze, and then it uses also an analysis agent, which now use those data collected by this agent and then generate competitive analytic report that you can look out to and begin to take action on them. And beyond that, it uses, in fact, it uses a comparison agent that create the structure competitor comparison, right? Then in terms of competitor discovery, it finds similar company using what we call the extra AI. Extra AI is another tool that you use. What happened, it matches that, let's say you have a company that is a school or is a tech company or is an oil producing firm. And then it goes to look for exactly another oil producing firm and match them with you based on years, based on those historical data, and extract competitors' information from business description and automatically identify and reach relevant competitors' URL. And then there is also competitor comprehensive analysis. That means it does the market gap and opportunity that exists around competitors' weakness, recommendations, pricing strategies, growth opportunity, and actionable recommendations. Beyond that as well, it also does what we call interactive analysis, where user can input their company website or description, and then it does that. For it to do it, there are a couple of libraries, Python libraries, that we use for this, that we are going to use right now. Okay, we use the Angle, the SAP, Py, the Streamlight, the Pandas, and the Fire Crew Python script. And then we are not going to build a model. Of course, it takes years and months, if at all, to build a model. And we are going to now use the OpenAI model that has already been built and use a key to begin to do that. So we use the key from this guy to scrap, and then we also use this guy script as well. And so when we talk about the stream library, what it does, it is a Python library used for building interactive website. And so it helps us to go scrap there. Those are the library. And if you go to GitHub, you can find this. Then we also import login. Import login, this is a Python inbuilt login that you can import to log models for tracking event and debugging. So if you have any problem or anything or something happened, we import this when we write a Python code to begin to use that. Then we have pandas. Pandas are for data manipulation and analysis. So we use pandas, which is a specific libraries built by Python developers or C++ developers, and embedded in Python that we are called many of the time that you can use as well. Then we have import requests. Import requests, we also use it to call for external or HTTP when where we make a request to get something from outside, like when we talk of HTTP, www.this, www.that, what that. Then we have what we call JSON as well. So the AI and web scraping tool, which is the Argo we are going to use this morning, it is for AI automation, and you can use it to scrap a lot of things. Okay, and there are type of validation that we are going to do. So from import list, which is a bit optional, we are going to import the list, and then optional from Python, a typing model for the type hint. We need to get a hint into what we want to do. Then from the Pydantics import, which is a base model in Python, we will also use that for data validation and serialization. That means we need these data we are getting, we need to make sure that they are accurate, they are make best type of structure we are getting. Then when we talk about the base model, they are used to define a data structure model. How is the data structured? How do we put, when we talk of data, your name is a data, your email is a data, your phone number is a data, you are a graduate is a data, I am from Benue is a data, I am an American, it's a data. So when we talk of data, so we classify those data and have what we call metadata for model like validation rules. So in summary, the script that we're going to use right now is a standard Python library utility or library like login, JSON request, and then we use a web development tool like the Streamline. We use the AI and web scrubbing tool like the Anode and the Firecrew or the DuckDuckGo tools, and we use validation type like the Panther, Dark, Ticks or typing. Okay, and so, but how the agents that we are going to work on right now on this call, how does it work? So the way to use it, you need to, it's going to come up and then you will see all that type of thing. We are going to have like a comparator, I mean a computative comparison table, detailed analysis report, and strategic recommendation. And happy listening, and let's quickly go to our development tool, and let's quickly try to do development. In my development tool, I'm using Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is a development tool from Microsoft. If you go to your website, for those of you that don't know, just type VS Code, okay? Depending on what you use, you can download it. It's much free. You can download it based on, if you are using Windows or whatever, you can download it. This is what we use. I think most of the popular software development kit right now. So I will use VS Code for what I want to do, okay? Okay. By the way, I've done it, but I will explain to you. Okay. So if you come to this place, I talk about this import. These are library that are already there, that are being built, a Python library. So what we are doing in our code, we are just importing them, okay? We are importing the Streamline for web development applications, the login, the pandas, and the requests, of course, JSON. Then I also mentioned other libraries for scrubbing. That means it's a library that have been built already to go to a website and scrub. And then we are also, which is this, and then we're also calling OpenAI, the OpenAI model. We are also calling it, we are calling DuckDuckGo. We are calling all this one. We are calling Esther. You know, I mentioned all this when I talk. So we are just calling them to look at, pick this library once you import them and do that. And then we are setting up login. The login is helping us to identify if there are events, as event happens, right? And of course, we are setting up the name of the title of the product here, okay? And then there will, on the application too, we need to use the OpenAI key so that we can, the OpenAI key, we can use it inside the code. If you use it inside the code, maybe a hacker can quickly detect it, right? So we are using it. We will call, you put the OpenAI key. We also need the Firecrew because it's a product that somebody has built and is selling. We need the API key. We will also need, I think, the extra or Perplexity API key to do a lot of things. But if example of what I've explained is all what you can see. But what is very important for you is that we are using ChatGPT 4.0, I mean 4.0. That is what the model that we are using. And so this information is going to use that. And then it's going to also use Perplexity to do a lot of URL comparison, either Perplexity or many of them. And there are many tools out there that you can code. So now let's quickly go and run this code, okay? Okay, so let's run this code. So let me make it work. So the command I'm using, of course, I don't know if you are not coding, right? I'm running the Python, and then I'm saying it should run the web application and the web application name is competitors agent, okay? So it has run it's running the web application. This is the application, right? Now I need to get my OpenAI key. I need to get the scrap key. If I want to, you can use Perplexity or you can use the ESA. I think any of them that you want, right? And by the way, depending on how you want this agent.
Your hand, so just give me a
please, you are making, somebody is making noise. Could you go on mute, please?
No, I didn't say that.
I need our co-host to help. So if you go to, let's go to ChatGPT. I want to get a key. I want to get also this key, and then we can now run. But here, you either using the company website that you want to get competitive intelligence for, or the business description. So right now, let me go to ChatGPT, openai.com. This is openai.com. I want to use the API platform, and then I'm going to log in. Okay, I have API platform, then I come to API key. Under dashboard, I come to API key. Sorry, I want to create API key. Let's look at BOOTCAMP demo. Okay. Of course, you need to subscribe to that. I got the key, right? Then I go to my application. I put the key there. Then we go to this crowd. I think it's also free. Let's look for that. Go to their website. Because these were two that were built. I think I have account before. So let me quickly copy the key. I come to my application and I put it there. Let's look for ESA AI. I come to my application. I come to them. I think I have it before. So I'll quickly go to the API key and I'm going to copy them as well. Bring it to this guy. And immediately it's okay. You see that is fine, right? Now I want to do, let's do computative analysis of of OpenAI. Okay, let's do computative analysis. Let's say I am the owner of OpenAI. Let's do computative analysis for it. So it's now going to various websites. It went to the website of the company first, and it's going to scrap various other company that does things using whatever we have, using this code, right? Using the parameters, it's going to extract the key business information, the business name, the pricing, the future, the technology stack, their market, the customer feedback, and then compare it with other people. So what we're looking for is the pricing detail, the main features. And of course, what you are looking for, you can change it. I just did it for this purpose of today, right? Technology stack, the marketing strategy, the customer review that have gone about these people. It's going to take time. It's going to fish all of them. And then we are going to see, you can see it's fishing, doing a lot of background work and running. And if you like, I also you can do screenshot of this as well, right? But it's still running. Now it has finished running. It's generating comparison report. And in generating this comparison report, it's running a lot of things at the background. Some of the comparison structure failed. It's not a problem, but the structure failed. And then you can see it connected to OpenAI and then retrieve a lot of telemetry. Telemetry is a data he collected from various sources and now trying to map it at the distance, collecting, and it's doing comparison. It does a lot of competition analysis as well. When you go back, can we see that now? So this is what he did. So to analyze market opportunity for OpenAI product described, we can break down the information into two components and examine potential avenue for growth and expansion. And so this is what he came up with with OpenAI product capability and differentiators. And he came up with some of their product differentiators and everything. Then around market and put a lot of combinations. So it's actually telling OpenAI that focusing on multimedia AI applications is also key. Then market positioning and target audience. It also came with the market, the audience and everything. Pricing strategy, it went in to come up with it. Growth opportunity for them, expansion into new industry. This is like I am a CEO of OpenAI and the system is now, I've used agent. This is like a research normally I should pay for to go and do. Now AI agent went and do research for us. And then on and on. Let's go back to another type of system. Let's maybe use some university in Nigeria. Let's say, which university do we use? Benue State University. I'm sorry, I'm not biased, but I finished from there in Nigeria. So let's try to use Benue State University. Let's see, okay? Let me be sure that this is their website. Okay, let's use this website and now let's go. You can either use a website or a description. Then it does the competitive analysis. Oh no, it took another school, maybe mistaking it to, especially if a school is, let's use description. In that case, we can use description. In this case, we can use description. Let's see. If you think the website is not very okay, you can use description. Let's use a description. Let's stop it because, oh, okay, let's wait and, because it's not the website though. Okay, I think, let me remove that. Let's use description because we have the name mentioned. So it went to the website, right? So description can also be okay. So let's use description and do comparative and do competitors intelligence. So imagine deploying, and you can do this. In fact, for researchers or for either government, policymakers, or anything you are doing, you can build an AI tool that can help you. I didn't do any, this, I'm running from my computer, by the way. This is a local host. That means it's not hosted anywhere, right? I am just pulling this stuff from the internet based on, and so this can become fully developed. I mean, to become now a product. I can do that for various type of stuff. It's now comparing, looking at other institutions, running, and try to make stuff as well. Yes, I am still running it. And let's begin to take some question why it is running. Let's look at some question. Are there question? If you have question you want to raise up, let me quickly go to the chat stuff. Okay, let's look at the chat stuff. How can I generate my own AI, please? I am trying for a few years. At least you have learned that already based on what I explained. Academic research are discouraged from using AI assistance in writing proposal for grant. Most of the time, they will caution you not to. Well, it depends on how you do it. To be sincere with you, in my own research, I'm not a academic research, but I'm industrial researcher. We use that, but if I even research, if you like, copy and paste back, nobody will also detect. It depends on prompting. It depends on what you are doing. Because I think this happened earlier in the year. I don't think it is this day again. Most of the places are so. Yes, but in other words, what I will say here, don't be over-dependent on AI. It's just an assistant. When even an assistant submits something, you have to check, you have to take distance from it, you know. Look at that. This were note taken by my staff, right? You can see the note it was taken while I was talking. Based on that, okay. I've been trying to click, we can do that. There are disclaimers that result from AI tool are not perfect. Of course, you have to do if you have been following. Any question? If you have question, please, you want to put, is there a way for one can download a full functional AI prompt for web development? I don't know what you mean by the AI prompt, but yes, you can develop a model. I mean, download a model from GitHub or wherever to build something specific. Okay, the thing is still running. Let's wait for it to run. We will, I think, Dr. Paul, let me know, Prof. If you're on call already, let me know since I'm coming close to my first series before you start and then I come again. We are trying to, we are still waiting for this. Dr. Paul, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes, I thank God that you're there. So, guys, okay, it has run now. So, market insight and competition. So, if I'm the vice chancellor of Benue State University as of today, it gave the strength, right? The strength, like their strength, it talks about their faculty of art, science, social science, law, and all that. Then history of establishment, postgraduate and international offering, challenge and area for improvement, customer feedback, international student appeals, marketing and branding, right? And so if I am the VC or a stakeholder in that school, you can see and you want to now look at it. Is it true or lie? I think if you are connected online from that school, you may know, you may have picked something already, okay? And he's saying, despite offering diverse program, the number of international students is very low, 33 out of over 21,000, right? So these are the things. Then there were opportunities. We talk about enhancement of tech. Please, if you are not talking, go on mute. It talks of opportunity enhancing of tech-driven initiative, development of online and hybrid program, partnership and collaborations, focus on postgraduate employment. That means when they have graduated, they need to get job, alumnus, relations and networking, and strategic considerations, right? That is provided, invest in branding, focus on quality and outcome, enhance on all that. So please, this time I want to take questions. I know I've been talking some jargons which may not make sense to many people, but if there are questions, you can please raise up your hand and ask me your question before I bring on our prof, Professor Ido, to come online. Is the code accessible on GitHub? Yes, I can. Oh, this particular code, there's a lot. The one that I have is not there, but of course there are other free as a code there. It mustn't be this, but again we can share the code. I think I can just copy and paste the code for you right now. Just a moment. Are there AI model that I can use to store some document apart from Google Drive on the cloud? You can build them, but when you say store, just to store document, why would you want to use AI model? Those are the point, right? Because except you want to be querying the data, like you can build a model to be doing reading, or you have a big book to summarize a book for you. Is the ChatGPT built in a way that if someone is asked by different person, it will always give different answer? I think I answered this in a way yesterday, right? Because the ChatGPT, all this model keep improving. And so maybe that person that, depending on where you are and depending on the time, even the same question, you can get different answer actually, because they keep uploading different modules or testing different modules. And again, there's what we call random diversity, right? So The thing is thinking, oh, based on your history of search and conversation, it can just be thinking, okay, you are still talking about that thing before. So the time duration and session utilizations, of course, comes into play for mathematical problems that's supposed to have a definite answer. I discovered that different tests-based AI give different answer for this, which could be the cause of that. Well, it depends on the model you are using. There are models trained particularly for solving mathematical issues. So those are the things. And again, I just want to be very, very clear to you. AI model is built for, it is for personalization. So you do it to do a certain function for you. So, and that is what we call fine tuning. Maybe you look at the model, it's not behaving the way you want it to behave. Listen, I do tell people, especially in some of my engagement with Stanford graduates that are into startups, I used to tell them the AI is not supposed to give you any how information. You are the one to command the AI to do specific function for you, okay? And that is where the prompting comes. That is where fine-tuning comes. That is, of course, there are hallucinations and a lot of things that can be there, but you have to train them with different data. More data you have, the better it is. So there are models specifically, if you are like either trying to build a mathematical stuff where there are complex stuff that need to be done, or complex computations or analysis or predictions that need to be done, then you need now to look at the model that suits it, and you could fine tune to even be more specific. In fact, you can build an agent to become the personal tutor. And maybe somebody hates mathematics, you can build a model to make the mathematics very simple, like eating in the kitchen, right? So those are the things. So let's say you're a mathematics teacher listening to me now. That is a big low-hanging fruit there right away, okay? How do we give premium access to ChatGPT from this program? Well, we are not the founder of ChatGPT. we are in MVIT. So all of you, if you want to subscribe to any of our program for further learning, we can give you discount of up to 20% right away if you are subscribing. And so please, our team online can listen to that. We can give you 20% discount right away for learning, or if you are bringing business to us, want us to build an agent for you, we can give you up to 20%, and we can give you free hosting on the AWS or Azure GCP free for up to 3 months as well. That is, if you are bringing a project for us to deploy for you, where you will, of course, have to pay. We'll give you up to 20% discount. Those are the discounts we can give. We can't give discounts on access to premium ChatGPT. You have to pay for that. How are you suffering from prompting instruction to programming language, then back to the test? I don't know if I understand. Maybe Professor will talk about that. Okay, maybe the way I was switching my okay. No, I was just switching the screen. I was just using mouse to do that. What is the best AI for data analysis? Prof wants to talk about that. There is a lot. But in terms of libraries, that's what we call PyTorch from Meta, which is part of because most of this model they build it using framework like TensorFlow or PyTorch and the rest. So for computations or analysis, PyTorch is a good one. But there are models that are there. So in other words, Llama, if you're doing a lot of data, Llama can be fine-tuned to really, really give you a very good output. Llama, let me share my screen again. If you go to the internet, let's talk about Llama. I think Llama 3.0, maybe Prof, that is Llama there. You can actually download it and command it to do like you are doing. But there are, this is Llama, you can go to their website, it's from Meta. You can download it into your PC or host it on the internet and train it to do whatever for you. In fact, in MVIT, let me show something. just show something. Um, there is a model we are training. We are training. I will not talk so much about it. So sorry. But I want to tell you something which is key. Okay, there's a model we are training for various languages, which is very, very local, right? Let me go to, let's say, Pidgin, for instance. So this doesn't exist anywhere. This is like proprietary product, right? It's not in the market yet. But I just want to tell you, right? We are training a model to do something for local African languages, or we're starting from Nigeria. And you can see there's what you call data labeling. You can see we have been collecting data, I think, for almost 9 months or so or more now, where we'll engage professors from Nigeria universities collecting data for us. You can see we did data peering, right? And we are saying, Chinedu, good afternoon. How are you today? And the Pidgin is that, good afternoon. How today day now? Okay, I don't know how to now say all that, but you can see the data are curated. This is what we use as a base language to build a model. So depend whatever you want to do, data structuring, data labeling, or whatever is this. And even the audio version, you can see the audio versions. The audios are also there, right? And these audio are now being trained for somebody to speak exactly, either like Chinedu or something. I don't want to talk since it's not a product that is live yet. We don't to talk about it, but it will be live very soon, and it's going to be a lot of things. Before I give time to Prof now, hello, Mr. John. Did you create that office space you are teaching from? It doesn't look real. Thank you. This is an AI generated prompt, right? That I put out there. So it's not real actually. So that is an AI something. So guys, thank you very much. I have a prof online now. He will continue. And before you round up, I'm going to come back again and talk to you very well. I hope you do enjoy your time. If you have not subscribed, if you subscribe to our program, let us know. We have a WhatsApp group. Please join the WhatsApp group. We give up to 20% either from training or from businesses that come across. We are ready to support you with that, up to 20, and we can do something very good for you. Beyond that also, please, if you need a certificate out of attendance for the 3 days boot camp, if you are in Nigeria, it's 5,000 Naira. If you're outside Nigeria, it's $10 only just that $10, right? Then the money will be used to support our team that have planned this, that have thought of everybody, right? You see me talking, you see Prof talking, the idea came from them, right? And they have been working and put a lot together. So we got to support our teams as well. Finally, for our learning, I noticed that you applied a number of tools in the value chain of development of AI present. Can you share the URL? Sure, it's part of, we're going to share the slide with you that sign up, and then you will be able to use that. Over to you, Prof, and then thank you so much for your time.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Good day, everyone. Yeah, that is a wonderful session. So we want to continue from what we've been doing so far, and today being the last day, just want to tell you that today is not the final day. So I want to encourage you to enroll because there is lots and lots more for you to learn. And one other thing I want to inform you about is try to be in touch, try to join a community, and also keep learning and keep on learning and relearning. So don't stop learning. There's a lot to learn. As you are learning this, new things are coming when it comes to AI. So that's just my my little sense. So we'll dive deeper into what we are here to do. Then maybe afterwards we'll entertain questions, and then also if there's any other thing I would like to pass across, I will also do that. So I'm going to start from, I dedicate today as doing practicals and then trying to, unravel some things, give you some information that will be very much helpful to you. So someone that from one of the last questions that was asked, that someone was asking about the like models, and then the type of models, how to fine tune and all that. So those models are there, like I said earlier yesterday as well, that these models are built on high performing machines, high performing hardwares. And because of the costs of getting this resource, some people have dedicated time time to get this resource. And then also they've developed this model for people outside, make it open source. Not really open source, but when I mean open source, I mean, make it accessible to people, and then people get it, companies, individuals, startups, you can get this. And then the main thing here is to fine tune the model and make it suitable for what you are actually doing. So let me just show you some models, and then I have some news to share with you. So yeah, we have, so if you go to Lambda Labs, you will see multimodal models. And so we have the multi-node and the multimodal, multi-purpose models, types of models. And then we also have the open source models. So you see the types of models, we have various types. We have the transformer models, we have the large action models, we have the large language models, the LLMs you are familiar with. And then you have foundational and the world models or frontier models. You have division models, and you also have the multimodal models. So these are the types of models. Then when it comes to open source models, which Engineer John also mentioned about Llama, which is from Meta. So we also have the Mistral, we have the Falcon, we have the Omhall, we have the Stable Diffusion. I think I mentioned it in one of these AI, one of the training yesterdays. And then we also have the Open Sora, we have the AI23, we have the BERT, we have the Grok, and then we have the LLM 360s, and then we have the MPT. So I want to talk on today, I want to look into Grok, because there's a recent news about Grok. A news happened yesterday, which was on the 19th rather. It was released. The new version of Grok was released, and which is a beta version, a beta version that's is open to everyone to use and then to make recommendations or to comment. So, and then this Grok is from Tesla, as you know, Elon Musk. And then they also give a kind of variation, like comparison with other models, other open source models. So I'm going to share this with you, and we're going to look at the what's it called, the performance level, because you will discover that so far I've been using Cloud AI. Right, I've been using Cloudy AI, and you discover that one of the reasons why I started using Cloudy AI is because it is actually good in terms of the performance level compared to others in the particular session, which is in the coding. So when you are a coder, you're a developer, you want to use Cloudy AI, and it's very good. But today, because of the new release of Grok, I'm going to be using Grok to design to carry out an experiment, and then we'll all do this together. So let's go to Grok and let's see what Grok has to offer. So Grok, let's see Grok 3, which is the latest release. Okay, so can you see that? I don't know if you can see the Grok.
Yeah, we can see, Prof.
Okay, all right. So you see, welcome to Grok. Okay, let me go back to okay, here. Grok 3. Okay, let me just okay, so yeah, it's an exciting news. So this is the Grok. So, okay, well, I don't know why I'm just going straight to so this is the blog section. If you go to the blog, and you'll see a lot of information about let's go to the about understanding C. So this is the XAI. It's a company working on building artificial intelligence to accelerate human scientific discovery. And we are guided by our missions to advance this and that. So you see the founder, Elon Musk, and he has been been in the space, Tesla and the SpaceX. So you can read up that. Then you see the timeline. So that's just about the company. Then let's go to blog. So for the blog, so this is the Grok. So next generation intelligence. So we are pleased to introduce Grok 3. So that is the new release of this Grok. So, and we have let's go straight to so now you see, it said both models are still in training, but already they show remarkable performance across a range of benchmarks. So one of the facilitators yesterday was mentioning transparency. So when you're developing a model in the AI field or as a researcher, when you're developing a model, we try to compare it across other existing models, and then there's need for transparency. So that is to tell us that if a particular company has developed a new model or a new version of models, they would like to compare it across others. And then there's that trust of transparency. So we need to also note that. That's very important. So I know trust issue is a very big issue. So we have to note that. So to use Grok 3 reasoning, there are two icon, which is very important in Grok. I will show you the interface. So there's a insights, which is the research, and then there's a thinking. So if you want to do a lot of reasoning, so it has a lot of it has a good performance level when it comes to reasoning, when it comes to computation. Someone was asking about, you want to do complex mathematics. You see, as you go further, you discover that this Grok, as is actually doing well when it comes to mathematics complexities and also computational complexities. So Grok 3, Think Mind, is completely open, allowing user to inspect not only the final answer, but the reasoning process of the model itself. So we have found that Grok 3 is performance generalizes across diverse problem domain. Here are some Grok 3. So you see, they gave us examples. So you see the thoughts for, so we are trying to, this is a prompt to create a game that's a mixture of two classic games, make it in a pie game, and then make it look pretty. So this is a prompt, and then look at what it generates. This is the code for the implementation, and look at the implementation as well, the game, and then look at the comparison to other open source model. I showed you earlier the other open source model. Of course, we've had DeepSeek, which was also recently launched, and which has been taking the whole market. Then we have the Cloudy 3.5, which I've been using also. So if you look at the AIME, this is the benchmark. So the benchmark, the AIME is actually math competition problems. So in terms of mathematical computation, so you see that there's a benchmark across other sources of open source models. So you see, this is Grok 3, which is performing better, way better than others. I was using Cloudy 3.5 Sonnet because it's 16%, which is much better than GPT-4. And then, of course, Gemini, they didn't mention any of those. And then DeepSeek, which has been booming in the market recently. So, and then recently now, we have just yesterday, Grok 3, which is the beta stage, is having 52.2% when it comes to math competition problem. So when it comes to GPQA is the graduate level science knowledge. So this has to do with scientific knowledge and anything that has to do with sciences and all that. So you see the performance level benchmark across other models. So you see that Grok 3 is topping the list, 75.4. So showing us that it's a very good model until, of course, you have to test it. It's a beta stage, so you have to test it and use it. So which we are still going to do. So then the LCB, you see 57. So you discover that in all, these Grok actually tops. So you look at every other thing, the ego schema, which is the video understanding, Grok is topping the list, 74.5. And then when it comes to image understanding, which is this, 73, is topping the list, and so on and so forth. So you can see the comparison across other open source model. So so these are some of the things that you can also look at when it comes to comparison, when it comes to the performance level, when it comes to the features. So it can do a lot of things. So I've actually checked it. I checked it yesterday, and then it's worth using. So this is what I want to, this information I want to get to you, across to you, that you can just log on to Grok and then sign up to it and start using it. It's free for now because at the beta stage, and you can see the real one will be coming soon. So they are testing it. They are trying to see what comments, people's comments, and then use it and give a comment, use it, and then let's check the performance level. So that is exactly what is happening. So we'll dive deeper more into the utilizations and then the application. So then one more thing before I go, you see the career. So if you're anywhere you have, there are a lot of opportunities as well. So you can see the locations, different locations, and then different job available as well. So you can see there's data center operations, and this, for Atlanta, Memphis, these are in the US. So that means you have to relocate wherever you are to the US, and then also engineering. So they also have remote jobs as well. These remote jobs, the human data. So these are the remote jobs. So you see that AI is actually creating more jobs. So this is to dispel the notion that AI is taking our job. So AI is not taking the job. AI is an assistant. So it's like it gives you it keeps you at the edge. So you utilize the AI tool to be more competitive when it comes to the industry or even in the area of field. So as a result of that, you see, it's creating more jobs. So they need people to work with AI, to use the AI, to ensure that it's being used properly, and then to apply it in the right field. So that is the reason why there are a lot of jobs when it comes to AI. So when you equip yourself with AI tools, you will discover that there is a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities for you. So now let's go to the application. So Grok, when you go to Grok, try now. So I already signed in, and then this is it. This is the beta state, and then this is the, you see, smart test. So initially they had Grok 2, which was the previous generation model, but now they have Grok 3. So I want you to try it, and then let's use it along. So here you see you can attach your image with anything you want to attach. You can attach image. You can attach any data. You have data you want AI to analyze for you, can attach that. Then you can attach videos, and then you want summarization for that videos. Probably there's you have a huge video that you don't have time to watch. You can attach it and then ask the AI to summarize all the content for you. And maybe probably a content creator, you need more information. You can actually use this to get information in the field, in the world, in economics, just to understand the economy of the world or the recent news. And then you want to use this recent news, you want to publish it on your own blog, or you want to publish it in your YouTube session. So you can do this as well. It's a very good thing for you. So then you have a deep search. So you can see the deep search is the advanced search and reasoning. So when you are doing advanced search, so advanced search in the sense that, let's say you have a prompt, and maybe you are you are someone that works with you work with let's say you work with YouTube, you're a blogger, and then you want to get information that will help you in the blog. So probably you want a recent news. So let's say, for instance, provide me with the recent news, economic news. Okay. So we have, so this is just generally, so I'm going to differentiate it by using the deep search, and then we'll see what the outcome is going to look like. So here's a summary of the recent economic news from around the world based on the latest available information as of February 21, 2025. So you can see tariffs and trade policy, inflation and Federal Reserve, job market and agency cuts, Europe. So these are, you see, across the world. This is for the United States. This is Europe. This is Asia. This is Latin America. This is global markets, commodities. This is broader trends. So, you know, it has given us, you know,
Since we also have larger people from Africa, can you narrow it down to Africa?
Okay, all right. So yeah, I will do that. So now I didn't click on the deep search. So let's check. Probably it's going to be a different thing where you use the deep search. So if you click on deep search and then you do this. So the deep search is going to do a thorough search, and then you can see it from stage to stage. It's exploring those information and giving you a more detailed information. So you can see the way it's searching it much deeper. So that is the difference between just the general one, and then we are doing a deep search, which is much more on the reasoning, and then giving you an advanced research. So you can see, let's start checking those information. Thinking, exploring economic news. The request is for recent economic news worldwide, dated February, in considering key regions like US, Europe, and Asia. So I can include Africa, and I can say specifically Nigeria. So, and then we'll see what information is going to give about Nigeria. So let's edit. I'm trying to edit it now. Okay, can you include Africa specifically? So Nigeria. So, okay. So you can see it's editing the information. That's the reason why it's taking me back to that. So you can see, let's go to Latin America Advanced. So it has included South Africa. Okay, Nigeria is not included yet. So let's see, still doing the reasoning. So yeah, Business Day, Nigeria article from. So let's see what it has to say about Nigeria. Okay, let's see. So, okay, still doing some deep search. It's updating it. Can you see? It's updating it. And then it's including Nigeria. So GDP is 3.2. And then we are looking at 2025 growth, 2026 growth. It's even predicting 2026. And then this is inflation in 2025. So let's look at the inflation in Nigeria, 25. Wow, this is too high. So yeah, so you can see it has included Nigeria, and then it's comparing it across other countries of the world. So here you can get the latest information, and then you can, use that. If you're a blogger and then you needed this information to, to boost your blog and then your viewers and all that. So you can use this. It's very much helpful, and it's going to pull crowd, and then you can use that. that's good for you. So that's about that. So, and then if you want to do some complex computation like mathematics, you are using thinking, because now it said let the model take its time. So it's going to think about it, and then it's going to take some time to think about the question before writing it. So you can use okay, let's use this. Can you explain okay, can you explain let's use I'm trying to use trying to look at a mathematical problem. So let's say okay, let's just use a simple one, Pythagoras theorem, using simple game. Okay, using so let's look at this. So it's going to think about it, and then so I needed to explain this Pythagoras theorem using games, and let's see what it's going to do. It's still thinking, trying to get the information. So now after thinking, now it's now bringing it out. So here to explain Pythagorean theorem using a game, let's imagine a game called Triangle Quest, an interactive advance. So it's explaining it much deeper, and then it's giving you examples as well. If the legs of the right angled triangles are 3 units, so you can imagine. So let's say, for instance, a teacher, and then you want to get this information, and then you want to use it to improve in learning, and also to improve your your quest to learn. So when you do this, it's going to be very much helpful, and then the student can really understand when it comes to games are visual. So I can decide to write, like, just create an animation, or create a gaming animation for a better illustration. So let's edit that. Create a gaming animation for better illustration. So let's see. So I can't directly. So now this is general one. So I didn't click on the think. So let's look at the think, and let's see if it's going to do something different. Okay, think, and then okay, I'm still on. Okay, actually it's doing something. So game mechanics, movement, puzzle interaction. So let's see, still working. Let's see what it has to say, how it works. So how to build it. So it's even giving you a more detailed and comprehensive way of building it. And then final animation version. So it's giving, so I needed to visualize, okay, visualize, okay, so visualize a gaming animation for better illustration. So I go to think, and then oh sorry, I disabled the think. So I'm going to do that again. So let's see what it has to say. I think I disabled this. So I'm trying to see if it's going to give us provide me with recent economy. Okay, so it's just trying to still going. So we're trying to see what visual animation is going to give. Let's wait and see. Mental picture recap. Okay, it's not doing that. So let's use the think. Yeah, I think it's still working. Okay, still working. So let's see. Still, so now let's see what it's going to do. So while that is going, so today I want to just do something with us briefly, and then we'll be doing that face recognition, and we want to utilize this model and then create a front page that will display a front page that you can use that will be integrated to your camera, and then just on a click you can have your facial detected, and then can determine if you are frowning or you are smiling. So that is what I'm looking at doing today. And then we are going to be using the Visual Studio Code. So VS Code, if you're familiar with this, you can use that. And if you are using Jupyter Notebook.
Prof, are you sharing that screen yet? I can't see what is still Grok that is still sharing, no?
Yes, I'm going to change it now. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to change. So now I'm changing from Grok. So what I'm saying is that we are working on something. So facial recognition, and then this is the prompts. Okay, so I'm going to provide you the prompt as well. So provide a detailed step-by-step guide. So remember, the essence of this training is a no code. So you don't need to have the knowledge of the code, but what you need is how to navigate through. And then at the same time, you need to understand the principle behind it. And then you should be able to use the tool as well. So everyone in the meeting. So I'm providing the prompts. So that's the prompt. So you can tweak the prompts irrespective of what tools that you have. So provide a detailed step-by-step guide to create a facial recognition system using an AI model. So we are designing a front-end interface that features a single button that activates the laptop. So you are using a laptop, and then perhaps you are using a phone to do that. So it can activate your phone camera. So to identify whether a face is smiling or frowning, and then display the recognition results on the interface, and then use Visual Studio Code to create and test the front end in real time. So we are going to be doing this. So it's not really compulsory you use a Visual Studio Code. I would have used the Light, but the reason why I'm not using that is because it has to connect with a laptop, the camera interface. So sometimes there will be a lot of tweak around the connectivity or integration. So, and it might not be straightforward. So for the essence of this teaching or of this training, I'm going to exempt that. So, and then if you are using Jupyter Notebook, you can as well put using Jupyter Notebook code to create this. So, but I'm using the Visual Studio to do this. So let's see what Grok has to tell us about the details. Then we'll move ahead. So here is it. So backend, I need a backend, I need a front end, and I need the integration. So remember, the backend is using a pre-trained AI model. So we are using a pre-trained AI model, so it's already there. So even if your performance is not good enough, you can fine-tune the model and then make it better to be used. So then based on OpenCV, so it's using the OpenCV and the deep learning framework like TensorFlow and then also Keras. So it's using TensorFlow and Keras, to detect the faces and classify the expression as smiling or frowning. So the front end is going to be a HTML or JavaScript interface with a button to activate the camera and then capture an image and display the results. Then the integration part is to connect the front end to the back end using the Flask. So it's going to be using Flask to process the image and then return the expression results. So these are terminologies that you also need to mark out. So the OpenCV, deep learning frameworks, TensorFlow, Keras, and then HTML, JavaScript. Then also for the integration, we are using Flask. So let's look at the step-by-step guide. So the first step is to set up your development environment. So we're going to do that first. We are going to install the requirement software, Visual Studio. If you don't have any, you have one, you have to download the Visual Studio. It's very simple. Just go to, if you are using this prompts and then you are using Grok, just click on this. It will direct you to the, let's say, I'm just giving you an example. So it can, to direct you here, then you just download. If you are using the Windows operating systems, download it, and then you can install. Just go to the step-by-step guide, and then you'll be able to install that. So then also, you're ensuring that you are using the 3.8 plus. That's a Python of 3.8. So it can be more than that. So of course, we have some that are like 6. You can use up to 11, 9, 11. So then you have to install Python and ensure the pip is included. So most times we use pip install when you are installing any of these applications. So then you note JS optional. So we are using optional. This is optional. The Node.js is optional. So you can run the JavaScript everywhere. So you follow these steps. So then the first thing that we have said is you install your Visual Studio. So I have this Visual Studio I'll be using. So this is my VS Code, new. So here's my VS Code, and then I'm going to be using this. So you are meant to go to your file and then new folder. So now I'm going to create a folder on my desktop or on my C drive, and then I'm going to open the folder right from the VS Code. So let me do that first. I'm going to just go to C drive and then to do this folder. So I'm going to do VS Code. Okay, face record, VS Code. Just put NVIT. Face. So ESD. So now I'm going to open it here. So I'm going to open folder, and then I'll go to my C drive. So select. So yeah, so I have NVIT face recognition. So here is my, I believe you can see that the VS Code. So here is my face recognition. This is my platform. So we'll be doing a lot on this now. So this is the platform we're going to be using. So then I'm going to be, moving from one to another. So now this is the Visual Studio. And the next thing I need to do now is, okay, I've done this. They are creating a project, which I've done, facial recognition hub. Okay, I've done that. So we have to, inside, we have to create a subfolder of static, and then we have to create templates. So static for front-end files and template for HTML. So you have to set up the virtual environment, open this terminal for new terminal. So we are creating static, and then we are creating subfolders, static for the front end, and then template for the HTML. So then after that, we'll go to the terminal. From the terminal, we are going to activate a virtual environment, and then we are going to install the dependencies, and then we are going to build the backend. So we are going to create different app on the backend, and then also we are going to train the model. We are going to do this here, cascade, use the trained model. So we're going to use a pre-trained model, and then we're going to create this. So this, I'm just scanning it through. So we're going to do all this, and then go through the different steps one after the other. So let's get into it. So this is where we are. So I need to create a static. Inside, create two folders, static folder, and then templates. So I go back to my VS Code. So I need to create folder, static. Then I also create second folder, which is templates. So I've created the static and the templates. So here, we have to set up a virtual environment. So virtual environments, it's very, most times when you're doing a lot of coding and then you are doing developmental work, you need to create a virtual environment. It helps you to organize your work. And then most times when you create a virtual environment, it makes your work, it makes it more recognizable, and then it works seamlessly. So now let's do that for the virtual environment. So I have to go to terminal. So go to new terminal, which is under view. Okay. So this is terminal. So go to new terminal. So on the new terminal, I have to activate the virtual environment. So when you want to activate the virtual environment, I'm activating it on the terminal, right? So on the terminal and on the face recognition. So now we're going to use this code to do that. Python M, VMV, and VMV, right? So type this Python. So yes. Oh, sorry, it should be minus. Okay. All right. So once you do that, it's going to create the virtual environment. And then once you've done that, then you have to, you need to activate. So for you to activate, yeah, so now let's go to activate. So this is the source code. Just paste it. Okay, so I need to change from this PowerShell. Let me see, to command prompt. Okay, so let's see. So it's not, so yeah, let's see the LMB. Let's enter it one after the other. Okay, so scripts, right? Okay, it's using a bin. So let's say bin. So this should be, let's go back to PowerShell since it's using bin. Should be scripts. Let me see. See the scripts. So actually it should be scripts. So activate. So it's activated. So if you, one way to know if it's activated is you see these brackets VAMV at the initial state before going to the C drive. So once we've done this, let's check what else we need to do. So we have to install the dependencies. So some of the dependencies we need to install is the Flask, the OpenCV, Python, the TensorFlow, the NumPy, and then request. So we have to do all this. So let's copy this. And then so it's going to install all the dependencies. So most times when you are working on code, so you need to install all dependencies. So dependencies will help you to use those tools in your, your code, and then it's going to activate those tools, and then also you can utilize them while doing your code. So now we are doing a lot of pip install. We are installing the Flask, we are installing the NumPy, we are installing the TensorFlow, we are also installing I think we are installing Keras, right? So yeah, so because we are doing multiple things at the same time, it's going to take a little while. So let's wait and see. So that's for that. So we've done this. So now we need to build the backend AI model. So for the backend AI model, then we'll be using the pre-trained model with OpenCV for face detection and a simple convolutional neural network for expression classification. So the first thing we need to do is to create app.py in the project roots. So we'll go to the project roots, which is the face recognition. We're going to create this as we are going to create this app.py, and then in VS Code. So we have to create a new file called app.py and then add the following code. So this is the code we are going to be adding to that root, which is the app.py. So let's do that. So let's copy this. This is the code. So let's go to app. So it's still down. It's still loading. So let's wait. Still loading. So it's still loading. Let's wait and see. Let's wait to the end. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, let's create the app.py in the roots. So we are going to create the file, new file, app.py. So it's a Python file. So we are done with that. So we copy and we paste the app.py here. So that's done. So we've done that. So let's go ahead. So we've created the app.py. So let's see, notes, higher cascade used for face detection pertained in an OpenCV expression model for a real. So it's trying to tell us what is entailed in the code. So here you see it's using our cascade front out. This front is a file anyway. So it's importing this file. So it's loading a pre-trained face recognition from the OpenCV. So this you can likewise download it, but for this instruction now, it's going to load this pre-trained model, and then once it loads it, it's going to determine this expression using the image that you put in, so through your camera, and then that is what it's going to be working on. So that is what it's trying to explain here. So the expression model for a real system is going to train the CNN on a data set like this data set. So it has a pre-trained, it's training, is working on is a pre-trained model. So that means it already had a data set that has been worked upon. So now you are training it on a new data set. So like I've explained earlier, you see that you're training a model on an initial data set. So that is what has been done for the CNN model. So, and it has been trained on the model, on a data, which is in cargo. So now we are training it on a new data set. So your new data set is going to be your facial recognition. So the camera you're putting on, and then how it's going to be working with that. So that is the new data set, and it's going to be giving you a good performance based on what has been done initially. So it's going to save it in model.h5 and then load it with load model. So, and it's going to use Flash, which serves as a front end and processing image. So it's trying to explain these steps for you. So now we are done with the step 2. So let's go to step 3. Step 3 is to design the front end interface. So in the front end interface, what are we going to be doing? Number 1, we have created the templates, right? So in the templates, we are going to create a file, which is called the index.html. So then after creating it, so we are going to copy and paste these codes into the file index.html file. So let's copy this and let's go to our VS Code. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to we are going to templates. So on the templates, we are going to file, new file. So for the new file, we are creating index.html. So now this is the index.html file. So paste the code. So we've done that. So now let's continue. So we've done this templates index.html file, and then we have pasted this code. So now it's explaining this code. So remember that we asked Grok to give us the detailed step-by-step guide. So that's the reason why it's explaining this for you. Even though you don't have a coding background and you don't know anything about it, as long as you follow these steps, you are going to arrive at the final destination. So the explanation is giving you so that you will be, you understand what the information is and then what you're actually doing in case you want to explain to other people. So now it's telling you that the HTML will display the video feed and then a button and the result area. So that is what the HTML is going to be featured in. Then we have the CSS as well, which is the centers element and styles the button and adds a clean look. Then the JavaScript is to use the get user media to access the camera either on your laptop or on your phone. But for this case, we are using the laptop, and then to capture the frame on the button click and convert it to base 64 and then send it to Flash backend. You can see the technique, the technicality behind this. So you need to understand it so you'll be able to. So if you want to learn, you can use this as well, but you need a guide. And then that is the guide you are following. So the step 4, we need to test the system in real time. So for us to test the system in real time, the first thing we need to do is to run the Flash server. So how do we run this Flash server? So you go to the terminal, then we put in the Python app.py, which we had created. So we are going to install this. So once we install this, it's going to give us, direct us to a server. So the server will start, and the server IP address is 127.0.0.1, and then this is the host. And then open in browser. So you are going to open this browser, and then it's going to grant permission with the prompts, right? It's going to grant you a permission, and then you'll be able to open your camera right away, and you will see the live video feed from your laptop camera. You can test the interface, click the capture, analyze the button, and then you do all that. So that is what we're going to do lastly, and then at the end, you can enhance the model. This is to improve the model. So we've talked about fine-tuning. So this is where the fine-tuning comes in to improve the model and makes it more better. So now let's install this, run the app.py, and then let's look at the server. So let's go to the VS Code. So go to the terminal again, right? So Python app.py. App.py, let me see. Okay, sorry. All right, so let's go to, I have to change the interface to command prompt. So Python app.py. Okay, so what's it saying? All right, so this is app.py. CVS, no module name CVS. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Well, remember, we have been working on the virtual environment. So look at the implication. If you don't, suddenly you have left the virtual environment. That's the reason why we're getting this error. So what we need to do is to go back to the virtual environment for us to be able to run this code. So unless we do that, we won't be able to run this. So let's go back to the virtual environment and then we'll be able to run this. So go to virtual environment, cd vmv, virtual environments, cd scripts, right? Then activate. Remember, you have to activate. So once you activate, then we can take our code back. What's happening again? So saying can't open the file. It said no such file exists. So let's go back to this. This is app.py, right? So let's see why is that happening. Okay, so we have the view. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see. This is prompts. Okay, so now, all right. So let's ask Grok, and then let's see what it's going to give us. So that's the error. It said the error, no such file occurs because the Python interpreter cannot find this in the direction where you are running this. If you are wrong directory, so Python app. So we're in the right directory, right? So we are currently in this, and the step to fix. So this is the, yeah, so we are right with this. We have the scripts. Yeah, we have the scripts, we have all this, we have the static, we have the templates, we have the app, the backend is missing. So we have our backend, which is right there. So if your command point, you are currently working on the script. Okay. Okay. So I think let's check the scripts. So we have the scripts. Okay. So let's see. So if you haven't created, so let's check it again. Let's ensure we are on the right track. So we're using Python 3. Okay, so we have the VMV, we have the scripts, and then we've activated it already. On that, and then let's check. Okay, so let's see why is it giving us that error. So, okay, app.py. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to what we have been working on before. So let's see on this Python app.py. So we're still having the same issue. Okay, so let me see. It's right there. They are all in the root directory, and this is the root directory, right? This is the root directory. And if you are going to push this to this, let's move and let's see what happens. So I believe it's still the same thing. Can you see? So it's not about moving. They are still on the root directory, so it doesn't really matter whether you have it right inside the virtual environment or not, as long as you have it on the root environment. So it works perfectly. So let's see. Yeah, troubleshooting is also part of it. Can't open this file. So definitely there's something wrong with the file. So let's see. So, okay. So we've imported this. So let's see Python. So let's import those thing again. CS CV2, right? So let's see if there's any issue with that. So let's import the numpy as np. So yeah, from Flask, imports Flask. Okay. Requests. Okay. JSON file. Okay. Trying to do manually, and let's see what happens. Render templates. All right. Okay, so all right, so let's do this from TensorFlow. Okay, Keras models imports. Let's load. Yeah. Just want to confirm if they are all working. So if they are working, there's nothing stopping it from working. Let's see. Imports base 64. All right. So, all right. So definitely that is working. So we don't have any issue with that. So let's see. App.py. So let's see. Right. Let's see again. Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to do that there. So let's see again. Python 3. Let me use Python 3. App.py. Let's see. See. Local programs. These are some things that we'll encounter. So let's use this again. Let's ask Grok. The error persisted because you are still running the command from the wrong directory. So it doesn't exist. So the file needs to be, let me check. Okay. Execute the command from there. So we need to be in the root. So we are already in the root directory. And we must execute this. So let's carefully resolve this. So now let's see what it's going to do. So see users. Okay, when we scripts. Okay, so this means you're inside this folder, which only contain virtual activity. So let's check. Let's go to the scripts, and then we have activates. There's no bin, so definitely. So we only have activate on the scripts. So let's see library. Let's say include. Okay. Okay, move to the project roots. Okay, let's go back to the project roots. So we are in the, okay, so Python .py. So let's see. So yeah, let's go to this. So this is the interface, HTTP. So let's go to the interface. So you just open a browser, and then let's see the interface. Okay, allow. So here's the interface, and then you click on this capture. Yeah, it's going to deny because currently I'm using the camera is engaged. I guess that's the reason why. So I'm going to off the camera, and then I'm going to, yeah, because you are engaged, that's the reason why it's not going to do that. So normally when you capture this, when you click on the capture, it should work. So I just want to get a response if you are doing it as well.
Yes, Prof, because if you are using the same computer, you're already on camera. You want to turn, because they are the mesh. If you are using window, you can't turn on two cameras in the same window at the same time. So if you
Exactly.
go off the zoom,
Definitely.
turn off your camera on Zoom and try it. It should work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So because currently I'm here, so I'm asking if there anyone that is doing it currently, and then let's hear your feedback from your system. I believe if I do that, it's going to work on my end. So is anyone doing that? Please, we want to hear from you. Okay. All right, let me get the feedback and response.
Maybe turn off your camera on Zoom and try it here too.
Oh, you mean myself?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Maybe,
let me cut off from you then. Okay.
yeah. Prof, do you
Yeah.
understand what I mean?
Yeah, I'm doing that, and it's working for me. So I'm going to be capturing, I'm going to capture it, I'm going to copy it, so you'll be able to verify that. So yeah.
So without you, share your screen now so I can see, even though not you again. Do you get the point?
Yeah, I can't share the screen because once I click on the screen, it's going to.
No, you can share your screen without your camera on. That is what I mean.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, I didn't know that's what you were referring to. Okay, all right. So here's the expression. So if you want to capture,
Yeah, so we can see your camera. See,
all right.
you're frowning your face. This is interesting. Yeah, so that is it. You have shown us. You can now go ahead.
All right, so okay, okay, use video. So it's going to cut me off that video. All right, so can I be heard? So I'll try to, hello, can I be heard?
Can hear you.
Okay, all right. So yeah, let me cut off the stem coming down. Okay. So yeah, just want to entertain questions. So I had to disable it and then so I'll be able to come back to this. So basically, you can improve on it. So improving on it, meaning that you want the recognition to be like capturing, like you want, I don't know if you can see this. Sorry, can you see anything on the screen?
We can see, Prof.
Okay, all right. So
we are seeing your VS code.
okay, yeah. So now, so if you can actually improve on it, so if you go back to the code, you see yes, there are some ways you can fine-tune the model, and then you can also improve on the recognition part. So you can fine-tune the model, so you can debug and then you can improve. So you can replace the random placeholder with a trained model. So this is a trained model. And then you can, then the front end and the enhancement as well. You can add the loading spinner while processing. So which is this. And then it's going to fetch this and then error handling. So it's going to do this. So let's see, let's enhance it as well. So improve the model. So replace the random placeholder in detect expression with a trained model. So let's copy this and then go back to the VS code. So it's going to be on the main. I think it should be the main one. Detect expression. Let's see. Um, let's go to the expression. Is it detect expression? Just place this. Place the random placements. Okay, so we passed the stage. So click recapture. Okay, open the VS Code debug, and then set the breakpoints in app to results detect expression. So we need to do this. So we have to go to the debug. Then we set this breakpoint. So let's go there. Set the breakpoints. So I just want to know if you are following. So we open the VS Code, then we go to our terminal. So let's go to the new terminal. So new terminal. And then let's continue from where we stopped. I think check the last terminal. So here's the last terminal. So now let's see. So from here now, let's go to, so it's saying debug. So you have
Prof,
to,
we know we are over our time, so maybe
yeah.
in the next 10,
So
15 minutes, you need to round up.
oh yes. So yeah, we can start asking questions, then we can see what question you have.
Yeah, please, guys, if you have questions to ask, you can raise up your hands to ask us question, right? Or if you want to write in the chat, this thing, you can go ahead and write. While we'll be rounding up shortly, we are over our time seriously now.
So let
And
me
so that
take
we
some
can
of the
conclude the training.
questions. Yeah, let me take some of the questions. Okay, so when is the class ending? Sorry. All
The
right.
class
So
would have
any
actually
question?
ended.
Yeah. It's meant to be
Supposed to be
9
10
o'clock.
o'clock, which is 4 p.m., maybe 5 p.m. Nigerian time. So we are over that already. So if you want to ask question, you can go ahead and ask. And thereafter, we just give a closing remark, and then we'll call it a day.
All right. Any question? So yeah, I'm stopping here. So yeah, there's more to do. You want to fine tune it, and then you want to, improve on it. You want to enhance the model. That you can also do. So, any question? So I don't think there's any question.
Okay. Yeah. So you can stop sharing so that you can quickly talk to them. Guys, we really appreciate you all for joining the call this morning, and we really appreciate you for being here since Tuesday on the 19th today for the first of its kind bootcamp, virtual bootcamp organized by MVIT Otukpo Benue State Campus. It has been a wonderful time. Like we mentioned, we will be issuing certificate of attendance to everybody that pay for it. If you have not paid, you can go ahead and pay. Of course, you still have through the week. Some of you that may not have today, you still have through next week to pay if you don't have it today. But again, the certificate will be mailed to you, and those on campus, of course, I think you will be able to get it right away there, or if you can come back for it, our team on ground here will. They're asking for the bank account. Okay, okay, it's already shared. Can you share the bank account? Somebody, can you share the bank, Frank? or in Algueno of you, please, can you quickly share the bank account? They are asking for it on the chat, please. Our team will share the bank account. For those of you that are not on the WhatsApp group, you will want to join because, like we mentioned, they are coming one by one. I mean, we will continue to do the training in terms of a deeper level of the training will continue. I just shared the bank account on the chat for everybody now as well. You can pay either through the bank account or you can go to the website and pay. It's going to continue, but the way we continue going forward, we will be looking at various sessions. So if, say, for instance, you are a teacher, you are an engineer, or you are a pastor, that kind of thing, those are the people who will be now focusing and drilling it down so that you really, really have in-depth knowledge and how to use it day by day for whichever work that you are doing globally. And so we'll be tailoring it down. We'll be calling, watch out for next news from us in the different area. So some of you could be businessmen and women or entrepreneur, will be focusing around that. Some of you are looking for job, be focusing specifically around that. Some of you are maybe into ministry or pastors, will be focusing around that. Some of you are academicians or teacher or lecturers, will also be focusing around that in a separate form so that we can focus around specific area going forward. But I personally appreciate you for joining our training. I want to quickly turn on everybody. If you want to quickly turn on your video so that I can quickly take a quick snapshot. Let me see. I think that will be very good. We just take a Zoom video of everybody that have been on the call. It will really, really be good if you want to do that, so that we just take like a video this thing. I think our team, please try to, you take a video for a video snap for everybody. Turn on your video, it's looking great. Really appreciate you. Yes, just look at your camera very well. I'm going to try to take now. Just a moment, please. I'm trying to turn on my snaps. Wow, just a moment. Okay, yeah, turn on your video and then look at the camera very well so that we can capture you. Really appreciate you. 1, 2, that is it. Just hold on, just hold on. Okay, I took a 1. Just hold on. I need to take for the other group of people because it has to be 2 pages, I think, or more. Just hold on. Let's do, about 4, by the way. 4 pages, yes. I'm on 2nd page now. Make sure you are showing. Yes, some people are not on video. You need to be on the video. Want to quickly see your screen. That's good, that's good. We got number 2. Just hold it there, hold it there. Don't go yet. Don't go yet, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Many people are not on video. For the video, we only have 2 pages, okay? Many people are not on video. Okay, I think I do have it now, right? Okay, no, it's okay. We really appreciate all of you for joining. I hope, do you have some feedback you want to give? We have a feedback link. Tell us what we did, whether we did very well, what we need to improve in the next one. If you go to the YouTube, it's on YouTube, day 1, day 2, day 3, they are all on YouTube. Look at it, practice it. You can always reach us on the WhatsApp group or the email. I believe some of you that sign up even have my email directly now. Always reach out. We are able to guide you through. But we are going to declare in a very couple of days, you will see another news from us for the next boot camp. But the way we go now, since we'll be drilling detail now, we take time, so it's going to cost a little bit. It's not going to be too much. We are trying to help, but you have to pay something for that going forward. But again, we really, really appreciate you. I hope you do enjoy our time and you have learned something or you have improved on something. Thank you so much. and God bless you. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Remember to
Thank you,
follow
sir.
our
Bye.
remember to follow our YouTube channel, join the
Okay.
WhatsApp group.
Pastor
Thank
John,
you,
God
sir.
bless you
Thank
for
you
all
very
your
much, sir.
efforts.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. Thank
all
you.
your
I really
efforts.
appreciate. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, bye.
It's a pleasure.
Okay. So God bye. And in Alegu, Femi, you people should make sure the people on campus get this in. Thank you. See you. And then Chuka, once you are done, let's know.